In 2023, the game industry saw the release of highly anticipated titles like Baldur's Gate 3, Street Fighter 6, and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Nintendo had a standout year with hits like Super Mario Bros. Wonder and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. However, there were also some disappointments, as several games failed to meet fan expectations due to issues like poor launches or missing features. Here are the most disappointing games of 2023. Despite being part of the lucrative Call of Duty franchise, Modern Warfare 3 faced significant launch issues. The campaign disappointed fans with filler content and a short duration, while the inclusion of open combat missions received backlash for deviating from the series' trademark action-packed set pieces. Multiplayer suffered from spawning issues and the absence of popular game modes such as Gun Game and Gunfight. Although the game featured visually upgraded maps from a previous installment, some gamers felt that the premium price didn't match the content and viewed the launch version of Modern Warfare 3 as more of an expansion than a complete game. Atomic Heart, initially seen as a potential successor to the BioShock series, fell short of expectations. Set in an alternate reality of the Soviet Union, players must confront rogue robots and biomechanical experiments at Facility 3826. However, the game failed to live up to the excellence of BioShock, with lackluster combat and progression systems. Technical problems plagued the Xbox version, including frame rate issues and gameplay bugs. The protagonist, Major Sergei P3 Nechayev, was criticized for cliched dialogue and out-of-place cursing. Open-world sections felt like filler due to uninspired content and repetitive gameplay, disappointing many players and critics. Initially promising with notable industry talent on board, Forspoken faced a tumultuous development journey marked by delays and major story revisions. The pre-release demo disappointed players with its uninspired open world and criticized dialogue. While praised for its combat and traversal mechanics, the game suffered from technical problems. Square Enix later announced that Forspoken had failed to meet sales expectations, resulting in Luminous Productions being brought back into the company as a supporting studio. Cities: Skylines 2, expected to be a feature-rich sequel to its popular predecessor, disappointed gamers with missing content such as airports and a shift in mod support to the Paradox Mods library instead of the Steam Workshop. The game suffered from technical problems at launch, with developer Colossal Order admitting to performance issues. Despite aiming for realism, the game's presentation and charm fell short of the original, with muted colors and visually inconsistent textures. The console release was also delayed to spring 2024, adding to the frustration of players. The Last of Us franchise had a mixed year in 2023, despite the success of the TV series. The PC port of the first game, bundled with DLC and expansions, delighted fans, but suffered from unexpected technical problems at launch. PC gamers encountered problems such as visual glitches, inconsistent frame rates, and crashes, especially on high or ultra settings. Additionally, the game struggled to run on Steam Deck due to lengthy shader compilation times. These issues led to negative reviews on platforms like Steam, which caught the attention of Naughty Dog. Mortal Kombat 1 experienced a stark contrast in quality between the Switch version and other platforms such as PC, PS5, and Xbox Series XS. Switch owners faced severe visual and technical issues, including a lack of detail in character models and stages, glitchy animations, and long loading times. These issues were a significant departure from the previous game in the series, Mortal Kombat 11, which ran smoothly and was praised by critics and players on the Switch. Lord of the Rings: Gollum generated excitement, but ultimately disappointed gamers with its misuse of the beloved IP and numerous technical and gameplay issues. The game's graphics were subpar compared to older titles, with frame rate drops and broken animations adding to the frustration. Gameplay mechanics such as stealth and platforming were poorly implemented, contributing to the overall negative reception. Additionally, reports of a toxic work environment and mismanagement led to the studio's closure, solidifying Lord of the Rings: Gollum as one of the worst games of 2023. In August 2023, Overwatch 2 transitioned from early access to full release alongside Season 6, but it continued to lack key quality-of-life features and faced concerns about its competitive aspects. The game also suffered from frustrating bugs and faced criticism for aggressive microtransaction practices, including controversy over Diablo 4 inspired skins during Season 7. Despite the introduction of highly anticipated PvE missions in Season 6, fans were disappointed by the downgrading and paywalling of content, as well as the removal of hero mode and promised features such as character talent trees. Although Blizzard development aimed to improve the game with announcements at BlizzCon 2023, including upcoming competitive changes in Season 9. 2023 was a challenging year for Overwatch 2, leaving its future uncertain. Payday 3, the latest installment in the popular bank robbery franchise, disappointed fans with a chaotic and poor launch. Despite an intriguing modern setting involving advanced surveillance and cryptocurrency, the game's always-online requirement led to server issues, bugs, and technical problems. Starbreeze apologized and resolved most server issues after a week and a half. However, the game suffered from gameplay issues, including a lack of content, tedious progression, weak AI, and a thin storyline. A month after launch, the player base dwindled significantly, with Payday 2 having 10 times more concurrent players on platforms such as Steam. Embracer Group confirmed that Payday 3's sales fell short of expectations in November, casting doubt on the series' future. Redfall, from a developer known for hits like Deathloop, disappointed with multiple delays and a poor launch. Criticized for bugs, inconsistent AI, shallow gameplay, and limited weapons, it received negative reviews from both critics and fans. Phil Spencer openly acknowledged the game's poor reception. Problems such as the lack of 60 FPS, uninspiring RPG mechanics, and dwindling player numbers persisted despite ongoing updates from Arcane. Skull Island, Rise of Kong, despite low expectations, disappointed gamers with numerous bugs, poor graphics, and dull gameplay. Reviews were overwhelmingly negative, ranking it alongside Gollum as one of the worst games of 2023. The game failed to capitalize on the popularity of the King Kong IP, especially given the recent success of kaiju movies and series. It also fell short of the standards set by previous King Kong video game adaptations. The Walking Dead, Destiny's disappointed gamers as one of the worst games of 2023, despite its promising concept of rewriting the series' history. Featuring iconic characters from the AMC series, the third-person action game fell short with clunky combat, stiff animations, and outdated graphics. The wasted potential of the popular IP was the most disappointing aspect for many gamers.